Welcome back to the Hardwood Insights podcast. I'm your host, Tristan Wilson. Today we're going to be talking about the Minnesota versus Denver game. What a great game that was for one team at least. The Pacers versus Knicks game 1. And then we're going to be highlighting the rest of the round 2 games, the Cavs versus the Celtics, and the Thunder versus the Mavericks that both happened tonight, actually. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and watched my other videos so far, the 54 of you that have subscribed, and I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot to me, and I just want to say thank you. Hopefully we can grow even more. Hopefully we can get to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer, hopefully. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate that a lot. All the kind words and everything. Without further ado, I'm going to say like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. So you get, whenever I post a video, you already know. So without further ado, I want to get into Minnesota versus Denver, game 2. We talked a little bit about game 1 on Sunday, I believe it was when I posted. Yeah, Sunday. What a good game that was for Minnesota. That was a good game, close game, but this game 2. We were told that Rudy Gobert was not going to be playing due to the birth of his child, his firstborn child. So congratulations to him. Excuse me. I thought when I saw that news that, okay, no Rudy. It's going to be a tough game for the Minnesota Timberwolves defensively. They don't have their defensive anchor, the defensive player of the year. They're going to have a tough game to stopping Jokic, stopping Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. It's going to be tough. I thought it was going to be a Denver win, but boy, was I wrong. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. The Minnesota Timberwolves took it up a whole nother level. They, at one point in that game, they ended up winning this game by 26, but at one point, they were up by 30 plus. It was insane. You had Jaden McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker hounding Jamal Murray. The man was frustrated, so frustrated that he threw a heat pack on the front. He was sitting on the bench, threw a heat pack onto the court. Somehow didn't get a technical, which I do not understand. But you had Michael Malone getting in the face of the referees. In the face. He didn't get a tech, which did not make sense. I thought he should have gotten a tech when you had Anthony Edwards stare down, I forgot who it was, but stare down one of the Nuggets players, and he received a technical for that. But Michael Malone didn't? Jamal Murray didn't? What? But okay, besides that fact, the Wolves without Rudy Gobert ended up winning by 26. Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards both had 27. Jokic shot 5 for 13. And yeah, that's really good. Also, good defense on Jokic, who had Naz Reid had really good defense on Jokic. He had a possession where he had multiple blocks on Jokic, did not let him score. Like I said earlier, Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Jaden McDaniels absolutely hounding Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and everybody else. No one looked good for the Nuggets. No one. It was insane. The Nuggets ball pressure, they were getting steals. It felt like left and right. They could It felt like there was another broadcast said that it felt like there was 7, 8 Nuggets, not Nuggets, 7 or 8 Timberwolves players on the floor at the same time. That's how good they were in the passing lanes and just their overall length as a team on that court. Incredible. Aaron Gordon was the leading scorer for the Nuggets with 20. Jamal Murray, that man did not play good. 3 for 18. 3 for 18 as your team's second best player. Ooh. Ooh, buddy. That is not good. That is not good. Jokic, as I said, shot 5 for 13. If you're Jokic, I know they pulled the starters like midway during the fourth quarter or whatever time it was. But still 13 shots for your MVP caliber player. Not enough. But still, I mean, the defense on him was incredible. It's like, what else can you do? Michael Porter Jr. shot horribly as well, shooting 4 for 12. I was gonna say that the Nuggets' third best player, it's debatable on that floor last night was Justin Holiday. You're probably thinking, who is Justin Holiday? He's just a journeyman role player. He played for my Bulls at one point, actually. He played 21 minutes, 13 points, 4 for 6 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. He was actually the Nuggets' best efficient scorer that night, last night. If that's your most efficient player, you're not gonna win that game. I'm sorry, you're not gonna win that game. This is the first time in the last couple Nuggets playoff runs that the Nuggets have been down 0-2. And this is them being down 0-2 when they had home court advantage. They had home court advantage, lost both games at home. Just goes to show how locked in the Timberwolves are, how good defensively they are, how good of a team they are, actually. If the Nuggets want to win this series, they have to go into Minnesota and win both games. They cannot split the games in Minnesota. They have to win both, because going down 3-1 usually is a game over. You're not coming back from down 3-1 unless you're LeBron, but there's no way. If you're the Timberwolves, you're going home and you are feeling unstoppable. You are feeling like you're on top of the world. No one can beat you. You held the Nuggets to 80 points without your defensive player of the year. That's incredible. I'm a loss at words on how good they played last night. But I just know this Timberwolves team is not going to let their foot off the gas. They're going to turn up. They're somehow going to turn up the intensity at home and just try their best to sweep the Nuggets. I know it probably won't happen because it is the Nuggets, but man, oh man, they're going to be playing that game 3. Ooh, that's going to be a must-watch game. Going back to the Pacers versus Knicks game 1, I have a few notes from that I took before they started game 1. I was going to say that the Pacers were going to run up and down the court, which is kind of what they did. Make the Knicks play at their pace. No pun intended there. But the Knicks, they're going to try to force their slower pace, grinded out game. They played at a league lowest 95.2% pace. If you don't know, pace is determined by possessions over 48 minutes over the span of a game. The Pacers play at a league second best 101.7 pace but they have one of the worst defenses in the league over the course of the season. But have the second best offensive rating, where the Knicks have the seventh best. Going on to say what I saw in game one, the Pacers, the ball never stopped. The ball was always moving. They were up and down. Aside from the last couple minutes where the Knicks kind of took control of that game, I felt like bench scoring for the Pacers compared to the Knicks was incredible. I didn't write it down, but at one point in the game they put a graphic saying that the Pacers had like 46 to the Knicks 3 bench points, which is like crazy. I know TJ McConnell was playing a really good game off the bench. You had Andrew Nembhard, you had Aaron Nesmith playing really good. The Knicks were in a little bit of foul trouble. They turned the ball over quite a bit. The Pacers didn't really turn the ball over that much and had a lot of points off those turnovers that the Knicks had. That's the Pacers style. You turn the ball over, you miss a shot, they are already halfway down the court. That's pretty much it. Josh Hart for the Knicks is he's a beast. He's a beast. You gotta box him out if you're the Pacers. You should know that he is one of the best rebounding guards in the league. I mean, that man is my height, getting rebounds over Miles Turner and everybody else on the Pacers, just flying in there, flying in. Brunson had 40 plus points again. I have a couple notes in the when I was watching this game. Sorry if I sound a little stuffy because I'm a little congested at the moment. I have a couple notes from when I was watching the game. Jalen Brunson has been electric in the fourth quarter. Cannot have an illegal screen that tight of a game in the fourth quarter, referring to the illegal screen by Miles Turner down the stretch. That I don't know about that. Cannot let that happen. Another thing that I wrote down was cannot foul without the Knicks inbounding the ball, referring to near the end of the game when it was like 12 seconds left. I believe it was Andrew Nembhard fouled Jalen Brunson and the ball had not been inbounded yet. The ball was still out of bounds, and that allowed Jalen Brunson to take a free throw, and then the Knicks had the ball back again because they'd never inbounded the ball. So that made it a 2-possession game with 10 seconds left, which kind of iced the game pretty much, in my opinion. Just some careless mistakes down the stretch from the Pacers. And what can you expect from a young team? Just simple stuff. They played an overall great game, in my opinion, though. I love to see it. It was a really, really good game. We're looking forward to game 2. All right. Going on to talk about Cavs versus Celtics. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this series. It's gonna be bloodbath for the Cavaliers. They're gonna have to pull out a miracle if they want to beat the Celtics. They're gonna have to pull out a miracle. I mean, from what I saw with them playing the Magic, Donovan Mitchell has no help. They're not gonna. I don't have any words to say, to be honest. The Cavaliers, their role players need to step up and help. I would say Darius Garland also, but mainly Donovan Mitchell. I mean, that man had 80 something points in the last 2 games versus the Magic. He's gonna have to carry. He's going to be carrying the Cavaliers' workload on offense. There's no question about it. You need Max Strus to hit some shots. You need Isaac Okoro. You need Evan Mobley. You really need Evan Mobley to step it up, because he has not been so good offensively last couple games. You're hoping that Jarrett Allen is back from his injury. He would be a great help, offensive and defensively. I'm not sure if Porzingis is going to be back. I haven't seen any headlines yet today on if he's playing or not in this game 1 later tonight, but he's going to be a key piece for the Celtics. If I'm the Celtics and I know that Jarrett Allen's not playing tonight, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday, I'm looking at Evan Mobley and I'm going to be going at his chest and trying to get him to get in foul trouble. Get him, play physical with him, get him in foul trouble early so that the Cavaliers' JB Bickerstaff is forced to play Tristan Thompson. Yeah. For the Cavaliers, who's guarding Tatum? Who's guarding Jaylen Brown? The Celtics have so many offensive weapons, and the Cavaliers really do not have a whole lot of defensive wings to throw on those players. So I'm probably thinking that Isaac Okoro is going to be guarding Tatum, and then that leaves Donovan Mitchell guarding Jaylen Brown, I would say. And if that's the case, then we're looking at possibly a good game from Jaylen Brown. All in all, I'm just worried about the Cavaliers and their defensive scheme. They're probably going to be trying to force everybody into the paint and let Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen kind of deter those shots. But the Celtics just have too many offensive options and weapons. I'm predicting the Celtics either to sweep the Cavaliers or to gentlemen sweep them in 5. Gee, this is actually a shorter episode than I thought it was going to be. Going on to Thunder versus Mavericks. When Coach Mark Daigneault, I think that's how you say it, Mark Daigneault, for the Thunder coach, said in his interview before the series started, Lou Dort needs to show up and play physical against Luka. I mean, that's their whole defensive scheme, pretty much. Sorry about that. The Thunder have a lot of lengthy defenders. We're gonna see a mixture of J-Dub, Jalen Williams, the Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, not the one from Arkansas. We're gonna see him and Lou Dort on Luka, and we're gonna see a mixture of those two on Luka and on Kyrie. But I'm thinking that they're gonna have Lou Dort on Luka and then Shea on Kyrie primarily. And then if they need to throw some other bodies on them, it's going to be J-Dub and then Cason Wallace on Kyrie. Chet is going to have to work defensively against PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively. They're going to be lob threats. They're going to be crashing that offensive glass. They're going to be crashing that defensive glass. So it's going to be a team effort for the Thunder on rebounding, which they are a good rebounding team for the most part. They do go out and help Chet get rebounds. I know Shea's, I don't remember what he was averaging, but I know he was getting rebounds pretty well. Same with J Dub. You got the other Jalen Williams, and yeah, he's gonna have his work cut out for him pretty much. Luka and Kyrie are gonna be working that pick and roll with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford as lob threats. Excuse me. Josh Green is gonna be playing big minutes, most likely on Shea, I would say, but I could also see him on, as I said, J Dub, Jalen Williams. But I could see Derek Jones Jr. getting that J Dub assignment. It's going to be a fun series. I see this series going to a 6-7 game series. I'm not really sure who I have winning this series. I want to say the Thunder because they are a fun team to watch. But I think when it comes down to it, the experience of the Thunder is really not there. So that's why I'm going to pick the Mavericks in this series, probably in 7. And that's really all I have for this episode. It's a shorter episode. Just wanted to give my thoughts on these second round matchups. We're probably going to be having another episode out maybe this week. We'll see. But we'll definitely have another episode out next week, of course. Let me know if you want any other kind of content besides just me talking up here. Any NBA related anything, not NBA. I know I've gotten some requests for football or baseball or whatever. I'm not the biggest I don't know anything about baseball, to be honest. So if you want me to talk baseball, probably would need a co-host up here for that. A little bit about the same for football. I know a little bit more about that, but if it comes down to it, I'll get somebody to come on here with me. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of this episode 2 of the Hardwood Insights podcast. Thank you for watching. Go like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And have a wonderful day. Peace.